Even though RCDB may be in denial, there is something very major going on at Universal's Islands of Adventure. They opened Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure in 2019, but they're already back to Intamin for more. While Hagrid's may have been a family coaster, this will not be, and today, I'm going to talk about what looks amazing about it, what I think it could be named, when it will open, and anything else that I think you should know as I'm writing this script. First of all, what is this that I'm talking about? As stated previously, Universal recently worked with Intamin amusement rides on their Harry Potter coaster. Because of that, it surprises me that they're going back to Intamin. I know you're confused, but don't worry, I'll explain. Intamin is notorious for downtime. That's pretty much all I mean by that. Hagrid's experiences a lot of breakdowns, as Intamins generally do, simply due to many moving parts needed to run a coaster. Parks don't like having coasters that break down, as that limits capacity, or in simplified terms, the number of guests that can enjoy a ride. In Universal's defense, I'm sure this coaster was planned well before Hagrid's ever even tested, but I would be interested to hear if they were hesitant with this new coaster. Anyway, the roller coaster being built at Islands of Adventure is an Intamin Blitz, which is their multi-launch model. It is being built in the area of the park themed to Jurassic Park, so we can pretty easily assume that that will be the theme. Because of that, from now on I will refer to this new ride as the Jurassic Park coaster. What do we know so far? Not much, except that this thing looks insane. The park has yet to release any layout animation, stats, or even a teaser that it's being built. Like, my guy, we can see the track. But what track can we see? Good looking stuff. There are only a few angles that can be seen from inside the park with track in them, but the ones that do exist are crazy. The first of these is what looks to be a sort of helix section. You enter with an inversion, more specifically a 0G stall. Following is a wave turn of Intamin's own style, but also kinda similar to the final small wave turn on Steel Vengeance. Then an outer bank turn that should give crazy ejector. The following element is an overbank turn, and it is going to be intense. In fact, this whole helix section should all be pretty forceful. Intamin has a very unique track design, and in more intense portions, it is known to have a double spine. This entire portion has a double spine. Get ready to gray out, or at least feel some very nice positive G-force. After the overbank is a speed hill that should give a nice quick ejector pop before the reincarnation of a very missed element, the Maverick Heartline Roll. While that one was far too tight, this one should follow it up in excellent fashion. It is shaped almost like a 0G roll, except it will be taken fast and it is right over water. Like, you will be hanging upside down directly over water. That may just be the best element on the ride. But what does the rest of the layout look like? Let's dig a bit deeper. Please note before I start that this POV is fan-made and not 100% accurate. It simply goes by what we see in footers and supports that are already up. The ride starts with an enclosed LSM launch into a twisted Immelman of sorts. It will probably go pretty slow through the Immelman and should offer some good hang time. There's a whippy transition out of it, which leads into a dive loop. Following this is a raised S-bend that may give airtime, but could also end up being forceless. You then turn up into a slow 0G roll, which should give more hang time. A few whippy transitions and an airtime hill lead the train into the second enclosed launch, this one taking you to your top speed that will probably be somewhere around 70 or 80 miles per hour. Next is a top hat right next to the water. This is the tallest element and should give some excellent views. After a vertical, near vertical, or maybe even beyond vertical drop out, you hit the section of the ride that I covered earlier. To recap, there's a 0G stall, wave turn, outer bank, overbank, speed ejector hill, and heartline roll. After the heartline roll, you will twist into one final whippy S-bend before hitting the brake run. What do I think of this layout? I think it is a masterful work of art by Intamin. While they aren't my favorite company due to their reliability issues, I have to say that Intamin makes some wild layouts and rides, and this is no doubt one of them. It looks like a very intense ride with a decently long ride time, and overall just great elements. If I could change one thing, I would probably add some more airtime. The moments it will have look great, but there could definitely be more quantity. But seriously, what they have is great. This could very well be the best coaster in Florida, and maybe one of the best coasters in the country. If only RCDB would recognize its existence. As far as names go, the big one that has been thrown around is Velocicoaster, and I think that would be an awesome name. It would fit perfectly with the Jurassic Park area and just sounds pretty cool. Stick that name on a dope logo and you have one lit entrance, as the kids would say. Wait, aren't I one of those kids? I'd expect the Jurassic Park coaster to open sometime from the end of 2020 to the early 2021, but definitely more likely for 2021. I would cut out 2020 entirely, but you have to remember that Universal is a year-round park, so the coaster can open pretty much whenever it needs to. Overall, I think you can expect an amazing ride from the Jurassic Park coaster. With the new Intamin trains, it should be very comfy and just an all-around excellent ride. It will probably have excellent theming as well, because that's just what Universal does. Looks insane, Velocicoaster 2021. I think that's everything. Let me know what you think of it in the comments or in my Discord server linked in the description, and also what you thought of the video. If you liked it, please make sure to subscribe and help me get up to 1,000 subscribers. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.
Sitting in the back, getting heated out my seat.